Chapter 1. The Empty Chair. At 11:58 p.m. on my 5th wedding anniversary, my wife sent me a message. Adrian needs me tonight. Please do not make this difficult. Beside me sat an untouched dinner, 2 cold glasses of wine, and a document that would give Claire 38% of my company at midnight. I looked at the signature line beneath her name. For 5 years, I had believed love meant giving someone the power to destroy me and trusting them not to use it. At 11:59, I picked up my late father's black fountain pen. I crossed out my wife's name. Then I wrote a new one. At midnight, Claire did not know she had lost control of my company. She also did not know she had already promised those shares to someone else. My wife had missed birthdays, dinners, and even my mother's funeral. But until that night, she had never missed the moment that would make her one of the richest women in the city. My phone rang. Has she arrived? Rosa asked. I stared at the empty chair across from me. She is running late. You always say that. She has work. On your anniversary? It is complicated. No, Ethan. You make it complicated because the truth hurts. I closed my eyes. Rosa had helped raise me after my mother died. She had earned the right to speak plainly. I will call you tomorrow, I said. Do not sit there all night. I won't. You already have. The line went quiet. At 11:32, Claire finally called. Ethan, I am sorry. Music shook behind her voice. People were laughing. Where are you? At the hospital. I looked toward the silent hallway outside my private dining room. Hospitals play dance music now. She paused. I stepped outside. Who is laughing? Adrian's friends are here. He had a panic attack at his launch. A panic attack? He thought he was dying. And now he is celebrating? Why are you questioning me? Because I've been waiting for 3 hours. I told you Adrian needed me. You told me 10 minutes before dinner. He has no one else. He has doctors. Her breath sharpened. Please do not turn this into another fight. Our anniversary is not another fight. I will make it up to you. When? Tomorrow. You said that after my mother's funeral. Silence followed. Then Claire whispered, that was unfair. No, it was true. She ended the call. A notification appeared seconds later. Adrian's company was streaming its launch party publicly. I opened it. Claire stood beside him beneath gold lights, holding champagne. Adrian lifted his glass. To the woman who never stopped believing in me. Claire smiled at him. Not politely, not sadly, tenderly. Martin called before I could breathe. Ethan, we have 20 minutes, he said. The transfer must be finalized tonight. I know. Claire still needs to sign. She won't. Should I request an extension? No. Are you sure? I watched Adrian place his hand against Claire's back. Change the beneficiary. Martin went silent. To whom? The Hale Employee Stability Trust. Ethan, once filed, this cannot be reversed without a board process. Good. Are you sure? My hand shook as I uncapped my father's pen. For the first time in 5 years, I am. I crossed out Claire's name, wrote the trust's name, initialed the amendment, and sent Martin the scan. At midnight, he said, it is filed. My phone buzzed. Claire had written, after tonight, everything will finally belong to us. I read the sentence twice. My finger hovered over her message. Us. I whispered. The waiter entered. Should I clear the table, sir? I looked at the anniversary cake Claire had ordered herself 2 weeks earlier. Yes. And the gift box? Leave it. He glanced at the envelope beside my plate. Was tonight important? It was supposed to change my wife's life. I am sorry. So am I. When he left, I opened the gift box. Inside was a silver key engraved with one word, together. I almost laughed. Then another alert appeared from the company's secure system. 3 weeks earlier, Claire Hale had requested an official valuation of the exact shares she was supposed to receive tonight. Chapter 2. The gift she had already sold. The morning after she abandoned me, Claire came home smiling and asked where I had put the document that would make her rich. I was standing beside the kitchen window when the door opened. Good morning, she said. She still wore the black dress from Adrian's party. Her makeup had faded, but the perfume was fresh. You stayed out all night. I fell asleep in the hospital lounge. I thought you stepped outside the hospital to call me. I did. And Adrian's launch party happened inside the hospital? Her smile weakened. What are you talking about? I saw the live stream. Claire placed her purse on the counter. It was not a party. His investors were already there when he got sick. They gave him champagne for treatment. Do you want to fight before breakfast? I wanted dinner before midnight. She walked toward me and kissed my cheek. I did not move. Happy anniversary, she whispered. That was yesterday. I said I would make it up to you. With what? She glanced toward the dining room. Where's my envelope? Your envelope? The transfer papers. You said they would be ready on our anniversary. I poured coffee to keep my hands steady. Martin delayed the filing. Her face changed for 1 second. Why? Technical problem. What kind? I did not ask. You did not ask about 38% of your company? I was distracted by my missing wife. She folded her arms. Call him. Later. Call him now. The doorbell rang before I answered. Nora walked in without waiting. My younger sister wore a gray suit, and the expression she reserved for bad numbers. Claire frowned. Why are you here? Nora looked at me. Did you tell her? Tell me what? Claire asked. I was going to, I said. Nora dropped a folder onto the counter. Then start. Claire reached for it, but Nora pulled it away. This is company business. I am the chief executive, Claire said, and I am chief financial officer. Ethan is the founder. So sit down. Nora, I warned. No. You spent 5 years asking me to be polite while she treated you like spare furniture. Claire laughed coldly. Still jealous? Of what? Your ability to miss funerals? Enough, I said. Nora opened the folder. Claire requested a valuation of Ethan's founder shares 3 weeks ago. She also requested debt schedules, voting projections, and private shareholder information. Claire looked at me. That was preparation. For what? I asked. Our future. Nora slid another page forward. A private bank contacted me yesterday. They believe Claire would own the shares at midnight. Claire's eyes hardened. Banks ask questions. They ask more questions when someone uses unowned shares as collateral. I turned to Claire. Did you contact the bank? No. Nora tapped the page. Your email address did. My assistant handles requests. Your assistant denies sending it. Claire looked away. I wanted to defend her. The habit rose inside me before reason. Maybe Adrian's people. Nora stared at me. Listen to yourself. Claire stepped closer. Ethan, she has always wanted us apart. Nora's voice softened. She did not miss your anniversary because she forgot you. She missed it because she thought she had already won. Get out, Claire said. This is my brother's house. It is my house too. Not for long, if the bank takes it. Claire went pale. I saw it. Nora saw it too. What did you do? I asked. Nothing. Then why are you afraid? I am tired. She grabbed her purse and headed upstairs. Nora caught my arm. Search the home office. I will not invade my wife's privacy. She used company records. She is still my wife. And you are still lying to yourself. I hated her for saying it because I knew she was right. We entered the office after Claire locked herself in the bedroom. Nora checked the filing cabinet while I searched the desk. Nothing, I said. Check behind the printer. I moved it and found a thin blue folder taped beneath the shelf. Inside was a loan proposal for $12 million. The listed borrowers were Claire Hale and Adrian Cross. The proposed security was 38% of Hale Meridian Group. My future gift. Already promised, Nora whispered. Turn the page. I did. Claire's signature appeared at the bottom. Beside it was mine. The shape, pressure, and final stroke looked perfect. But I had never signed it. Someone had copied my name well enough to steal my entire life. Chapter 3. The man she never let go. I knew I had never signed Adrian's loan papers, but the signature looked so perfect that even I almost believed it was mine. Martin studied the page beneath a white desk lamp. Do not touch Claire's phone, he said. I did not ask to. You were about to. I want answers. You need evidence first? She forged my name. Maybe. Or someone forged both names. You think Adrian did it? I think anger is making you choose the first story that hurts enough to feel true. I leaned over his desk. What should I do? Act normal. My wife used my company as security for $12 million. And if she knows you found this, every useful record may disappear. I looked at the copied signature again. How long? Give me 48 hours. I do not know if I can sit beside her for 48 minutes. Then stay at the office. That was where I met Maya Chen outside the executive conference room. Good morning, she said. Maya directed operations and rarely wasted words. Is Claire inside? She left 10 minutes ago. With whom? Maya watched me carefully. Daniel Reed. Why? They have met 4 times this month. About what? The invitations called them growth reviews. You do not believe that. I believe growth reviews usually include the founder. Why did you not tell me? I assumed you knew. The answer cut deeper than blame. Who else attended? Twice, no one. Twice, Adrian Cross. I kept my face still. Send me the calendar records. Claire marked them private. Send them anyway. Maya nodded. Ethan, is there a problem? I'm trying to find out. At noon, Claire entered my office without knocking. Adrian followed her. Ethan, she said brightly, you remember Adrian. I remember his emergency. Adrian smiled. I am grateful Claire stayed. You recovered quickly. Fear can look dramatic. So can champagne. Claire shut the door. Can we be adults? Adults usually announce meetings. This is not a meeting. It is an introduction. Adrian walked around my desk. His fingers brushed the leather chair. I have admired Hale Meridian for years, he said. From a distance? Not anymore, I hope. Claire sat beside him. Adrian may join us as a strategy consultant. Us? The company. I understood the word. Her jaw tightened. His launch created valuable partnerships. His company is profitable? Adrian answered before she could. Profit is not the only measure of potential. It matters when you borrow money. His smile froze. Claire leaned forward. You are my husband, Ethan. Why are you threatened by someone from my past? Because your past is sitting in my chair. Adrian stood slowly. I did not mean disrespect. You touched the chair before asking for a job. Ethan, Claire snapped. He raised a hand. It is fine. I understand. Some men guard what they fear losing. I stepped closer. And some men confuse being invited with being wanted. Claire moved between us. Stop this. Adrian lowered his voice as he passed me. Some women never forget the man they loved first. I wanted to hit him. Instead, I said, some men never survive living in the past. After they left, Maya entered with a tablet. I found something, she said. Tell me. Adrian's company missed 2 debt payments. 3 vendors filed claims. Payroll is late. How close is he to collapse? Without new funding? Weeks. So he does not want a consulting job. No. What does he want? Maya turned the tablet toward me. A draft company announcement filled the screen. I read the headline aloud. Adrian Cross appointed Chief Strategy Officer of Hale Meridian Group. Maya pointed to the release condition. Who approved this? I asked. Daniel prepared it. Did Claire edit it? Her account changed the title from consultant to Chief Strategy Officer. When? Yesterday, during your anniversary dinner. I gripped the tablet. She was planning his future while I waited for hours. Maya whispered, should I delete the draft? No. You want it left there? I want them comfortable. That is dangerous. So is warning them. She watched. You sound different. I feel different. What are you going to do? I handed back the tablet. Nothing they expect. My phone vibrated with a message from Claire. Dinner tonight? Just us. We need to rebuild trust. I showed Maya. What will you say? She asked. I typed my answer. I would love that. My mouth went dry. The appointment would become effective immediately after Claire received my founder shares. Chapter 4. I let them think they had won. The easiest way to expose a liar is not to accuse them. It is to let them believe you still trust them. Claire chose our favorite Italian restaurant for dinner. You came, she said. You invited me. I thought you might still be angry. I am hurt. I know. Do you? She reached across the table. Adrian's appointment is temporary. I let her take my hand. You already drafted the announcement. Her fingers tightened. Maya told you? I review company documents. Then you know we need fresh leadership. We. Hale Meridian. You mean Adrian. He understands new markets. He also understands unpaid debt. Claire pulled her hand away. You investigated him? I protect my company. Our company. Not yet. Her expression shifted, but she recovered. When will Martin finish the transfer? A few days. You said the delay was technical. It is. What kind? A legal review. She smiled again. Once the transfer is done, we can start again. Start again as husband and wife, or as business partners? She stared at her wine. Claire, why can we not be both? I almost told her everything. Instead, I said we can try. That lie bought me 3 days. Martin began a private audit. Maya copied meeting records. Nora checked every bank inquiry. At home, Claire became the woman I had missed for years. She cooked breakfast. You hate cooking, I said. I can learn. She waited beside the door when I returned from work. How was your day? Busy. Did you miss me? I looked at her hopeful face and hated how easily my heart remembered old habits. Yes. She kissed me. I missed you too. Later, Nora called. She is performing, she said. You do not know that. I know she asked Martin twice about the filing. She may be scared. She should be. Nora. You still want an explanation that saves her. Would that be so terrible? It would be dangerous. You think I am weak. I think you loved her until pain became proof of love. I ended the call because I could not answer. That night, I opened my father's desk for the first time since his funeral. His fountain pen lay beside a folded letter. Ethan, never confuse love with surrender. A person who loves you will not need you smaller, so they can feel safe. I read the line twice. Claire entered behind me. What is that? Dad's letter. She sat beside me. He never liked me. He was afraid I would disappear inside my marriage. Did you? I looked at her. Do you regret marrying me? Her eyes widened. Why would you ask that? Answer me. No. Do you regret marrying me? The truth reached my throat. Then I remembered the forged loan, Adrian's appointment, and Martin's warning. No, I said. Claire leaned against me. Good. Before the dinner, Maya stopped me outside the elevator. Daniel invited outsiders, she said. Why? To make tonight feel official. Does he know about the audit? I do not think so. Do you trust anyone in that room? Not completely. Not even me? She met my eyes. I trust the man who built this company. I am still deciding whether that man is in control. Doors opened. Nora waited inside. She is right, Nora said. You heard that? Hallway is quiet. I stepped into the elevator. Then watch me carefully. Nora pressed the button. I have been doing that since Mom died. The following evening, Daniel hosted a board dinner. He raised his glass. Hale Meridian needs decisive leadership during this expansion. I agree, I said. Daniel smiled. Then perhaps Claire should receive broader authority before the transfer. Nora put down her fork. On what basis? Operational speed. Maya asked. Which delayed decision concerns you? Daniel ignored her. Ethan's personal stress has affected his judgment. Claire touched my arm. Daniel, that is unnecessary. But her voice held no anger. What stress? I asked. Daniel glanced around the table. Your marriage should remain private. You brought it into the room. Claire stood. We can settle this. She opened a leather folder. I did not want to use this publicly, she said. She placed a document before the board. Martin leaned toward me. Have you seen this? No, Claire said. Ethan authorized me to act on his behalf during periods of emotional strain. Nora laughed once. That is convenient. Daniel pointed to the signature. It appears valid. I studied the page. My name rested at the bottom. Where did this come from? I asked. Claire held my gaze. You signed it. I did not. Her face remained calm. You may not remember. The room went silent. Martin checked the digital certificate on his tablet. Then he whispered, Ethan, this was signed through your private executive account 2 weeks ago. Chapter 5. The signature that stole my name. My wife had not only planned to take my company, she had created proof that I had willingly handed it to her. The morning after the board dinner, Martin brought a stranger into my office. This is Samuel Price, he said. Samuel placed a metal case on the table. I examined digital fraud. You can prove I did not sign that authorization? I can prove where, when, and how it was signed. How long? 2 hours. If nobody touched your computer. Claire entered before I answered. What is happening? Martin closed the door. A routine security review. Her eyes moved to Samuel. Routine reviews do not arrive with evidence cases. Samuel opened his laptop. Your concern is noted. Claire looked at me. You are investigating me? I am investigating my signature. You said you did not remember signing. I said I did not sign. She folded her arms. What do you expect to find? The truth. Samuel connected a drive to my computer. Your digital certificate was used at 9:14 p.m. on the 12th, he said. I was in Boston. At a funeral, Martin added. Claire's face tightened. Samuel continued. The login came from this machine. The password was entered correctly. A security token was retrieved from the drawer. I looked at Claire. You knew where I kept it. So did half the executive team. No, Maya said from the doorway. Only Claire, Nora, Martin, and I had emergency access. Claire turned. Why is Maya here? Because she found the draft announcing Adrian's appointment, I said. Claire's confidence cracked. Samuel displayed a security log. Claire entered this office at 8:57 p.m. Daniel Reed disabled the corridor camera at 8:55. I came for files, Claire said. What files? I asked. I do not remember. But you remember me signing a document I never saw. I thought you signed it earlier. Samuel opened another record. The authorization was created at 9:03, signed at 9:14, and sent to Daniel at 9:16. Claire whispered. Adrian said it was temporary. My chest tightened. So you did use my password. I did not mean to hurt you. You stole my identity. I only borrowed what you were already giving me. You cannot borrow trust after you have stolen it. Tears filled her eyes. Adrian said you would leave me. Why? Because Nora wanted the company. Nora stepped forward. I wanted my brother alive inside his own life. Claire shook her head. You always treated me like I was temporary. You acted temporary whenever Adrian called. Stop, I said. Claire grabbed my arm. Ethan, listen. Adrian said once the shares were mine, nobody could push me out. I was scared. You were chief executive. Because you made me one. You were my wife. And if you stopped loving me, I would have nothing. So you decided to take everything first? She released me. Samuel cleared his throat. There is more. He showed us the loan trail. The $12 million would be used to short Hale Meridian stock, leak false reports, force a price drop, then buy voting shares cheaply. Martin stared at Claire. That is market manipulation. I did not know, she said. Your signature is on the plan, Samuel replied. Adrian said it was protection. My phone began buzzing. Maya checked hers. Something was leaked. A news site displayed private therapy notes, edited messages, and an accusation that I had threatened Claire. I never wrote that, I said. Samuel examined the screenshots. Some lines are real. Some are altered. Daniel called an emergency board meeting within the hour. In the conference room, he spoke softly. Ethan's condition creates unacceptable risk. My condition? I asked. Claire sat beside him, pale and silent. An outside director said, until the records are verified, we need stability. By giving control to the people accused of fraud, Daniel lifted the authorization. This document permits Claire to act. It is forged. That has not been established. Samuel stood. I can establish it. Daniel raised his hand. Not during this emergency vote. The motion passed by one vote. Temporary leave. No office access. No system access. No public statements. Security entered. I looked at Claire through the glass wall of my office. Say something, I told her. Her lips parted. I waited. She lowered her eyes. The guards walked me past the company name my father had carved into stone. At the elevator, Maya approached me. I will come with you. No. They know I helped. Then stay and protect the records. What about you? I am not finished. Nora touched my shoulder. Promise you will not disappear. I disappeared 5 years ago. The elevator opened. Employees watched through doors. This time, I said, I am coming back. Maya nodded. We will be ready. Claire watched from my office and did nothing. Chapter 6. The day they buried me alive. The company carried my name, but that morning I was forced to stand outside its doors like a stranger. For 3 days, I stayed in my childhood home. Rosa placed soup before me. Eek. I am not hungry. You were not hungry yesterday. I have work. You have been staring at the same dead fireplace for an hour. I pushed the bowl away. They took my company. They took your office. They took my name. No. Your father lost every client once. Did that remove his name? He rebuilt. So will you. I do not know where to start. Start by eating. My phone rang. Martin. I prepared a public statement, I said. Delete it. I have evidence. You have employees whose savings are tied to the company. They think I am unstable. Then prove patience, not panic. I want Adrian exposed. Revenge without control will burn innocent people first. I ended the call and looked at Rosa. He is right, she said. You heard him. You were shouting. That evening, Maya arrived through the back door. You should not be here, I said. Neither should Adrian, but he has your office. What happened? Claire scheduled a final board vote for tomorrow. To do what? Make Adrian permanent chief strategy officer and remove you as founder chairman. They cannot remove founder rights. They believe Claire owns the transfer shares. I looked at Nora, who entered carrying another folder. They still do not know? I asked. She smiled for the first time in days. Martin sealed the amended filing until registration cleared. Maya frowned. What amended filing? I answered. Claire never received the shares. Nora opened the folder. The Hale Employee Stability Trust owns them, including their voting rights. Maya stared at me. You changed the transfer. At 11:59. Then tomorrow's vote is already dead. No, I said. Tomorrow is where it speaks. Nora sat across from me later. Are you ready to face her? She asked. No. Then why are you smiling? Because being afraid no longer changes what I must do. She looked down. I should have fought harder for you. You tried. I called you jealous. You chose your wife. I chose the version of her I wanted to believe. Nora reached across the table. Choose yourself tomorrow. I am choosing the employees. That counts. Rosa placed my father's pen beside the trust papers. He used this when everyone said his company was finished, she said. I closed my hand around it. Then I know what to carry. The next morning, security blocked me at the lobby. You are suspended, sir. I am here for the trust. What trust? Martin stepped beside me, the largest voting shareholder in this building. The guard checked the papers and stepped away. Inside the boardroom, Claire rose. You cannot be here. I represent the employee trust. Daniel laughed. What employee trust? Nora distributed the registration documents. Claire read the first page and went white. You changed it, she whispered. Yes. You changed the document because you wanted to punish me. No. I changed it because I finally understood what you planned to do with my trust. Adrian stood. This is a private marital dispute. Samuel entered behind Martin. Forgery and market manipulation are not marital disputes. Daniel pointed toward the door. Who authorized him? I did, I said, as representative of 38% voting control. Samuel connected his laptop to the screen. He displayed the forged authorization timeline, security logs, and loan transfers. Claire whispered, I did not know about the stock plan. Adrian turned on her. Do not start pretending. I trusted you. You wanted power. Daniel slammed his hand down. These records are incomplete. Maya stood. I have something complete. She played an audio recording. Daniel's voice filled the room. Once Ethan is removed, Claire signs the guarantees. Adrian takes the funds. We buy after the crash. Daniel stood so quickly his chair fell. That recording is illegal. Martin replied, That question belongs to prosecutors. Claire looked at Adrian. You made me the guarantor? He said nothing. I addressed the board. As the trust representative, I moved to remove Claire as chief executive pending investigation. Nora seconded. The vote passed. I also moved to suspend Daniel. It passed again. Security entered. Claire stared at me as though I had struck her. You planned this. I protected what you tried to trade. Adrian stepped backward. Martin's phone rang. He listened, then covered the receiver. What? I asked. The bank released the $12 million yesterday. Claire gripped the table. Where is Adrian's account? Martin's expression hardened. Empty. Security turned toward Adrian. He was no longer in the room. Maya checked the side exit. Gone. Martin looked at Claire. The loan lists one remaining personal guarantor. Claire whispered, Adrian. Martin shook his head. You. Chapter 7. When Karma sent the bill. Claire lost her job at noon, her home by evening, and the man she chose over me before sunrise. The bank froze our joint accounts before we left the boardroom. Reporters gathered outside the house. Claire arrived at my temporary office the next morning wearing yesterday's clothes. Tell them to stop, she said. Who? The bank. The reporters. Everyone. I do not control everyone. You control the company. I control the trust vote. Pay the loan. $12 million? You can recover it. Why should the employees pay for Adrian's escape? Her shoulders shook. Because I cannot. Call him. I have called him 80 times. And he blocked me. I looked at the woman I had once trusted with everything. What happened at the party? She wiped her face. Do not do this now. Why did you miss our anniversary? Adrian needed my signature. You said he needed a hospital. He said the bank would cancel the loan. So there was no emergency. No. You celebrated after signing? She looked down. Answer me. Yes. With champagne? Yes. With his hand on your back? Ethan, did you kiss him? Her silence answered first. Once, she whispered. I stopped it. When? After a few seconds. Because you remembered me? Because it felt wrong. You needed the kiss to learn that? I was confused. No. You were choosing. She stepped closer. It did not go further. The betrayal began long before his mouth touched yours. I know. Do you? I thought I was protecting myself from being powerless. You were never powerless. You just wanted my power too. She covered her face. I was afraid you would leave me, she said. So you built a life that forced me to. Save me from the debt. And I will confess everything. You are bargaining with honesty. I am begging. I turned toward the window. For weeks, I had wanted her to feel my pain. Watching her break gave me no peace. I need time, I said. The bank gave me 48 hours. Then tell Martin everything now. She nodded. Will you come with me? No. Do you hate me? I do not know what I feel. That is worse. After she left, Samuel entered with a sealed report. Adrian planned this exit months ago, he said. Explain. The loan moved through 3 shell companies. Daniel would receive $2 million. Adrian kept the rest. What about Claire? She carried the personal guarantee and most visible signatures. She was the shield. She was the person they expected prosecutors to see first. Did she know? I found messages where she questioned the guarantee. Adrian told her married couples share risk. I laughed bitterly. He used my marriage to make her trust him. Samuel closed the report. She still signed. I know. By evening, Claire had not reached Martin's office. I called her. No answer. I called again. Her phone went straight to voicemail. At home, Rosa waited in the hallway. She came here, Rosa said. When? An hour ago. Where is she? She would not say. Rosa handed me Claire's wedding ring. My chest tightened. Why do you have this? She left it beneath the anniversary photograph. I ran into the living room. A handwritten note rested where our wedding picture had stood. My hand shook as I opened it. Ethan, Adrian still has the original evidence. He thinks I do not know where he kept it. If I can make him confess, you can protect the company and clear your name. I do not deserve your help. I do not deserve forgiveness. But I will not let him use me to destroy you again. I'm going to make him confess, even if I do not come back. I lowered the page. Rosa gripped my arm. Where would she go? I looked at the ring in my palm. I called Nora. Claire is gone, I said. Do you think Adrian took her? She went willingly. Then let the police handle it. She may be walking into a trap. Nora went silent. After everything, you still want to save her. I want the truth alive. That is not what I asked. I looked at her wedding ring. I do not know how to stop caring on command. You do not have to stop caring. You only have to stop sacrificing yourself. I am sending you the note. I will call Martin and Maya. Call the police too. Ethan, promise me you will wait. I will try. You always say that before doing something reckless. I learned from Dad. No. Dad usually had a plan. I ended the call, opened Claire's location history, and searched for the last signal. Claire had once told me Adrian felt safest on a stage, and I knew exactly which stage she meant. Chapter 8. The Last Lie Between Us. I had spent weeks wishing Claire would suffer for what she did, but when I realized she might die, I ran to save her. Her phone's last signal came from the abandoned Belmont Theater. I called Maya while driving. Send police to Belmont, I said. Are you there? Almost. Do not enter alone. I will wait. You are lying. A scream echoed through my phone as I opened the theater door. Claire! I shouted. Maya heard it. Ethan, stay outside. I ended the call and ran toward the stage. Dust covered the seats. One work light burned above the curtains. Adrian stood near the orchestra pit. Claire was on her knees beside him, gripping her phone. Give it to me, he said. No. You recorded me. You confessed. You asked questions. You said Daniel helped frame Ethan. Adrian grabbed her wrist. Let her go, I said. Both turned. Claire's face was bruised. Why did you come? She asked. Because your note was terrible. Adrian laughed. Still playing husband? I came for the recording. Claire flinched, but she understood the lie. Adrian dragged her upright. Your wife asked me to meet for money. I asked for the original files, Claire said. She offered access to another account. I lied. You were always good at that. I stepped onto the stage. Let her walk away. And then, you give me the evidence. Why would I? Because police are coming. He smiled. Then why can I not hear sirens? Claire held up her phone. The recording is already uploaded. Adrian struck it from her hand. I moved toward him. He pulled a metal bar from behind a chair. Stay back, Claire whispered. Ethan, the files are under the stage. Quiet, Adrian snapped. I kept my eyes on him. You planned to leave her with the debt. She signed everything. She trusted you. She wanted what I offered. What did you offer? A life where she was not your decoration. Claire shook her head. You said you loved me. I loved beating him. Her face emptied. Adrian looked at me. You had the company, the name, and the woman who chose me first. Taking them would prove I was better. You never wanted her. I wanted what was yours. Claire whispered, all these years. He laughed. You were useful. She lunged for her phone. Adrian raised the bar. I caught his arm before it fell. We crashed into a row of stage lights. He hit my ribs. I drove my shoulder into him. Claire shouted, Ethan, move. A hanging light tore loose and struck the floor. Sparks jumped into the old curtains. Fire climbed instantly. Adrian kicked me away and ran toward the side door. Claire grabbed the phone and crawled toward the aisle. Go! I shouted. Smoke filled my mouth. A burning beam fell between us. I tried to stand, but pain cut through my leg. Ethan, leave. Claire reached the exit. For 1 second, she was safe. Then she turned around. No, I said. She covered her face and ran back through the smoke. You idiot, she coughed. You had one chance to make a good decision. I am trying. She pulled my arm over her shoulder. The ceiling groaned. We staggered toward the side exit as flames swallowed the stage. Outside, police officers forced Adrian to the ground. Maya ran toward us. Ambulance, she shouted. Claire collapsed beside me. At the hospital, a doctor treated my leg while police took the recording. Claire lay behind a curtain. Ethan, she called. I am here. I will confess. You should. To everything. That will not save us. I know. Her voice broke. There is something in your office safe. What? The anniversary letter you wrote. I found it before the party. I remembered sealing it beside the transfer document. You read it? No. I was afraid. Of what? That you still loved me. Claire stared at the bandage around my leg. You should have left me there, she said. I did not save you so you could decide what I should have done. Why did you save me? Because becoming cruel would not repair what you broke. Do you forgive me? No. Her eyes closed. But I do not want you dead, I continued. Those are different things. I thought one brave act might matter. It matters. Is it enough? No. She nodded as tears reached her pillow. Thank you for telling me the truth. You should try it more often. A laugh escaped her. Morning brought footsteps outside the curtain. The next morning, Martin brought the envelope. I opened it beside Claire's hospital bed. Inside, my own handwriting promised her control of the company. It also promised that after 5 years of waiting, I was ready to start a family with her. Chapter 9. The document that set me free. The hardest paper I ever signed was not the document that took the company from Claire. It was the one that ended our marriage. 6 months after the fire, I entered the courthouse carrying my father's fountain pen. Martin walked beside me. Adrian accepted a plea hearing, he said. And Daniel, still blaming everyone else. Claire, she is waiting inside. I stopped at the door. Does she know the sentence recommendation? Yes. Her cooperation reduced it. But she will still serve time. Yes. I nodded and entered. Claire sat across from the empty judge's chair. Her hair was shorter. The confidence that once filled every room had disappeared. You look well, she said. I am healing. Your leg? Better. She looked at the pen in my hand. Your father's. Yes. You used it that night. I used it to change the shares. Did changing that document make you feel powerful? No. Walking away without hating you did. She lowered her eyes. I apologized to Nora. She told me. I wrote to Maya and Rosa too. Rosa cried. I am sorry. I know. Claire folded her hands. I also wrote a letter to the employees. They received it. Did they hate me? Some do. Some pity you. Most are busy rebuilding. That may be worse. It is not about punishment anymore. She looked at me. When did you stop loving me? I did not stop in one moment. Was it the anniversary? No. The forged signature? Partly. The board meeting? I think I stopped believing we could survive before I stopped loving you. Tears filled her eyes. I loved you. You loved being safe with me. I loved you too. Then why Adrian? Because he made my fears sound like strength. He told me taking control would stop me from being abandoned. And you believed him. I wanted to. I sat across from her. My weakness hurt us too, I said. She frowned. You did nothing wrong. I loved you so desperately that I stopped demanding honesty. I called silence patience. I called surrender loyalty. That does not make this your fault. No. Your choices are yours. But my life is mine, and I will not repeat my mistakes. Before the clerk called us forward, Claire removed a folded photograph from her bag. Our first apartment, she said quietly. I remembered the broken heater and the mattress on the floor. We were happy there, she continued. We had nothing to protect. We had each other. That should have been enough. It was, until I started measuring my worth through what you owned. I touched the photograph but did not take it. Keep it, I said. Why? Because forgetting is not the same as healing. She pressed it against her chest. I hope you find someone better. I hope I become someone better. You already did. No. I am still learning. The clerk opened the door. Claire stood. Then I hope the next person learns beside you, not against you. The clerk placed the divorce papers before us. Claire signed first. Her hand shook when she passed me the pen. I used my father's instead. When my signature was complete, Claire whispered, Is this really goodbye? It is the end of our marriage. Will you ever forgive me? Maybe. Will you ever come back? No. She closed her eyes. I signed one more document that afternoon. The permanent Hale Employee Stability Trust Charter transferred long-term voting protection to employees. No spouse, heir, or single founder could trade their future again. Nora read the final page. Dad would argue with half of this, she said. He argued with everything. He would still be proud. Are you? Of the charter? Of me? She hugged me. I've been waiting years for you to ask. That evening, I returned to the restaurant where Claire had left the chair empty. Rosa arrived first. You are early, I said. You are finally on time. Nora came with Martin and Samuel. Maya arrived last, carrying a small box. What is that? I asked. A replacement anniversary cake. Replacement for what? The day you chose yourself. Rosa cut it before I could object. Martin raised his glass. To stability. Nora said, that sounds like a legal seminar. Samuel added, to verified stability. We laughed. Maya sat beside me. Do you think you can trust anyone again? She asked. I looked at the people who had stayed when my perfect life collapsed. Not blindly, I said. But honestly, the empty chair across from me no longer looked like rejection. It looked like space. Claire believed one change document had taken everything from her. The truth was simpler. Her choices had taken everything from both of us, and that document only gave me the courage to save what remained of myself.